Farmer Dave here, getting ready to do a product evaluation. I'm gonna make crepes for a Christmas party. We're gonna try to make about 100 crepes, and I'm gonna try a new set of crepe pans. They're Julien Alexandre Corrado, and they say they're professional grade cookware. So we'll see. It's a 3-ply hybrid non-stick stainless steel, and it's good for all cooking surfaces. It's got a nice handle on it, and so like it will work on because it's stainless steel, it will work on a induction stove, which is what I use, stovetop, but it'll work on any other stove as well. So we'll give it a try here. This morning I put a little bit of butter on my toast, just a little bit. And I was thinking that some people think of butter as interchangeable with margarine, maybe because they see it as like a condiment for toast. And for me, it's not a condiment, it's a food group. Like this is its own food group. And it's the food group that holds all the other food groups together. And it's what makes all the other food groups taste good. So butter is actually probably the most essential food group in my mind. So here we go, we're gonna melt a pound of butter and we will get on with cooking. This is my large crepe recipe, and it's very simple. It's a gallon of milk, a pound of butter, 8 cups of flour, 20 eggs, a pound of butter. I said that, yeah. A pound of butter, gallon of milk, 8 cups of flour, and 20 eggs. And then I add a cup and a half of sugar and a tablespoon of vanilla. And so I'll post it with the video, but it is like, I worked on this recipe quite a bit to come up with some nice round numbers, and it just works really well to use the full pound of butter, the full gallon of milk, 20 eggs, 8 cups of flour, and then you add your cup and a half of sugar, which isn't quite as round. Maybe you could go to 2 cups, just make it sweeter. But anyway, I've been going at a cup and a half, and then a full tablespoon of vanilla. And that makes about 100 crepes if you know, the way I make them, reasonably thin and with my size of pans. And with my microwave, I can melt a pound of butter from the fridge in 2 minutes, and it doesn't boil over. That's one of the big problems with melting butter, is it gets all over your microwave. So 2 minutes does a nice job for a full pound of butter. Okay, so I've put a little bit of cooking spray on them. Warm them up the first time, they're getting warm. Switch them around because the burner size is a little bit different on both sides to kind of get them even. And then we'll start pouring on some crepe batter and see how they do. Now, to be fair, usually the first couple of crepes you make don't work out so well as you're getting your pan ready. But, so yeah, we'll see how these stick or don't stick. And I won't keep the first 2 crepes just because it's a new pan. I did wash them with warm water and soap like the instructions said, but just, we'll let, from the factory, we'll just let it cook one and let it go. So let's see how it does. Now I flipped the first one and it does seem very non-stick. I'm kind of liking it. Okay, so I threw the first 2 away just, for whatever chemicals might have been left over on those pans. And now we're doing the first batch, and anyway, they came off no problem, so super excited. Okay, so I've probably made 50. I'll start on my second pile here in a minute. And actually, they're working very, very well. The heat pattern is a little bit narrow because of the thinner bottom, but the slope on the sides of these pans is more gentle than on my other pans. And so the crepes actually can slide out of the pan more easily with this pan than my normal pans. So they slide out really nice. And the handles, because they're only attached with a very thin piece of stainless steel, the handle stays nice and cool. And when I make lots of crepes like this, often the pan handle will get very warm for me, depending. The ones that I'm using right now aren't bad, but some of the ones I've used in the past, the pan would just get crazy, the handles would get crazy hot. So the no stick part is working really well. It's just that the base is a little bit thinner than the ones that I'm using now. It's more of a flatbread pan.
That's gonna burn.
Yeah, it's gonna burn. Flatbread pan, and so they're not, but they work great for crepes, but the sides are sloped just a little bit steep. And anyway, so these ones are it's a little bit darker. So not a bad pan. Julien Alexandre Corrado. Julien Alexandre Corrado. But that non-stick surface is a very interesting pattern. I've never seen anything like that, and it actually works very well. So thanks to Tammy, my lovely CAO. She's the Chief Administrative Officer of my life. And anyway, so hopefully you can make some wonderful crepes for your friends and family, and have a wonderful holiday. Okay, so there's a stack of about 50 crepes. The 2 new pans did a great job. Yeah, I would definitely not be afraid to have somebody buy those pans. So we'll wrap them up and put them with the other stack in the cooler, and they'll stay hot all the way to the end of the party. Great fun. Merry Christmas.